The rise in cases of out-of-school children, which is a direct implication of the herders and farmers crisis in Benue State, has become a source of concern for many residents of the state. Now, this, residents say, has caused considerable damage to the social, economic, and political life of the people, especially children who, instead of being in school, have taken to the streets in search of where to catch the next meal. JB Adzande reports.
The future of some Benue kids is bleak, no thanks to the farmer herders crisis that has displaced over 1 million villagers from their ancestral homes. Makurdi residents are worried that with this development, if not checked, will negatively impact the entire state in no distant future.
Most of the children, they are not attending schools. The makeshift schools that have been opened, they are not very standard. And then most people have decided to go and live with others. If you pay careful attention, you can see that for a long time now, there has been a trend. People who have been displaced going around Makurdi town, begging for people to adopt their children so that at least they can feed. So they are no longer talking about education, it's how to feed, where to find shelter and find food that could sustain their life.
They want the government to establish more schools in a bid to resettle the war victims to their ancestral communities.
Community structures that are destroyed by virtue of the attacks, if you put them back, one, road networks, when they are destroyed, farmers cannot take their produce to the markets. Places of worship, when they are destroyed, you cannot have people coming together again. Educational centers, when they are destroyed, people cannot go to school again. There are some children that have been in the camps all their life. They were born in the camps, they are still in the camps till today. There's no education for that. We know the kind of future we are preparing to tolerate such a situation. The future is bleak.
Governor Alia administration has been urged to revisit the open grazing prohibition and ranches establishment law that became a bone of contention and strengthened some for the overall good of the parties involved.
It's a good law that seeks to establish a ranching system. But you and I know that many years while we were growing up, people practiced ranching. People who had cattle would keep them in a place and allow them to go out at certain times and come back. That was elements of ranching. It's the best model. Globally, everybody accepts that that's the right thing to do. So that law has the best model, a good law, but it needed to be perceived as more friendly. To use the technical expression, it needed to be conflict sensitive. And the conflict sensitivity elements of the law was missing.
Hyacinth Alia in his campaign manifesto promised to return the internally displaced persons to their homes in record time. Either way, it is the desire of the surviving victims to return to where they can venture into agriculture and make their lives better.